Today's video, I want to highlight the announcement of a pretty sick new PlayStation 4 action RPG. The game's going a little bit under the radar, so I did want to give it a highlight. And I think once you guys actually see some footage of the game, you'll get incredibly excited. It's coming from a Korean studio, and I think it's got a lot of potential. The game is called Project Eve, but that might be a title that fluctuates a little bit, so we'll keep you guys posted, but I do want to talk a little bit about that. Also, QUIVR is a brand new PlayStation VR title, and it is coming later this month. Wanted to highlight that game a little bit. We've got some updated news on Fallout 76. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is also getting a physical edition, and that'll be launching in June. We'll cover that at the end of this video, but first up, I want to talk a little bit about Project Eve. It's a AAA action RPG for the PlayStation 4, and it's by a studio known as Shift Up. It's the company behind the popular mobile game Destiny Child, and its CEO is the famous artist Hyung-tae Kim, and he's known for the character design in the Magna Carta series as well as in Blade and Souls. Now, if you guys are familiar with those games have incredible character design, and you really see that shine through in Project Eve. Unfortunately, in the trailer that we were given, we don't have a large insight into the gameplay itself. However, it does look to be a pretty compelling single-player action RPG, and based on the visuals that we're seeing, the world that was put into place, it looks pretty incredible. And again, the visuals look stunning. Technically speaking, this is one of the better-looking PlayStation 4 games. Begs the question on whether or not this will be a PlayStation 4 title, considering I do believe it's still a long ways out, and you always have to be a little bit concerned if any game isn't being released at 2019 in this point. Is it going to transition into a PlayStation 5 game? I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case for Project Eve, but I will leave a link in the description box down below where you can check out the trailer. A bunch of screenshots were also posted for the game showcasing the characters, the world, and everything that we know about the game so far. Again, we don't know much, but we do know that the game is an Unreal Engine 4 based action game for the PlayStation 4, an action RPG I should say, and the company is currently hiring various staff to work on the project, including programmers, designers, artists, and more. So based on them continuing to hire for the game, that makes me think that the game is still pretty early on in terms of its development, so I don't think we're going to see it for quite a while, but I think once you see the game, you will be pretty captivated by it, and it will be a game to keep on your radar, so I'll keep you guys posted about it. I've seen some people draw comparisons to games such as Nier Automata and other action RPGs. I don't think we can really draw any conclusions as to exactly what kind of game this is outside of it being some sort of action RPG at this point based on us having such little information, but based on the character designs, based on the visuals, based on generally the tone that the trailer says, I think this game is something worth to get excited for, and we'll see if Shipped Up, headed by Hyung-tae Kim, can deliver something exceptional when Project Eve does drop, probably sometime 2020, 2021. I don't think we're going to see it for quite a while. Next up, I did want to highlight that QVR is coming to PlayStation VR later this month, and it's yet another VR game adding to the depth of VR. Now, the game is stylized as QVR, however, it is QUIVR, pointing towards some sort of archery game, and QUIVR is touted as the defining archery experience made from the ground up for virtual reality. Grab your bow, arrows, and some friends to fight enemy onslaught. QUIVR literally puts the power of the bow and arrow in your hands, tasked with defending your keep and the power within from an ever-advancing enemy. You'll find yourself in a thrilling fight for your very survival. It won't be an easy battle, but with steady hands and powerful friends, you're sure to succeed. The game touts satisfying, intuitive archery gameplay. QUIVR is the game of choice for both VR veterans and newcomers alike. This is what virtual reality was made for, at least that's what it says. Best-in-class bow and arrow physics research with and modeled after real-life counterparts. New maps each week generated from handcrafted map tiles, drop-in, drop-out multiplayer, global weekly leaderboards, a fluid difficulty system to provide challenge for all skill levels, customizable armor that'll allow you to change your appearance and ability to help destroy the hordes, personal and competitive target practices, unique expressive cast of enemies, spectator mode with cinematic camera, and so much more. Looks to be a pretty interesting game. This was a title that was already released on PC for $19.99. So I think if it's priced at that on the PlayStation 4, it would be rather compelling as well, and it does have a very positive reception on Steam with 92% positive reviews. As far as an exact release date goes, it's actually just a little over a week away. It'll be dropping April 16th. Next up, I don't think it would be a finished news day if there wasn't some sort of controversy about Fallout 76, as it has stirred more controversy in alleged pay-to-win microtransactions. So they put out an update saying, this week we are sharing a few details about Wild Alpaca content coming to Fallout 76 immediately following patch 8, including the Burrows, which is our first dungeon, a new way to capture memories with the Snapmatic camera, and repair kits. Read here. Now here's the issue: the repair kits are available in the Atom Shop, and anything available in the Atom Shop, you are unaware, that's where you can delve in with real money. Now, they originally said that the item shop would only have cosmetic items and things that don't alter the gameplay. Repair kits, unfortunately, do alter the gameplay, and that raises a certain level of questions, like, why is this even being introduced? You'll see some people responding on Twitter. I think offering repair kits in the item shop is a mistake. It's pay to win. Item shop should be cosmetic items only. Another user responded saying, what about that promise? Oh, you know, the one that said the item shop would be cosmetic only. See, this is why we can't effing trust you. You'll lie to us at a moment's notice. A big thread was made on Reddit, and this is just making the rounds all over social media right now. Unfortunately, Fallout 76 has already had its fair share of controversy from critics and fans alike. It's just not been well received at all. However, we'll get to it a little bit. Todd Howard is saying that the game did very, very well from a commercial standpoint, so maybe this game sold better than we had originally thought. Maybe that's just a PR statement. Who knows? But nonetheless, I don't think this was the best route to take Fallout 76. Maybe they had already planned to introduce repair kits as a part of the item shop for a while, and this was just something that came to happen anyway, and they didn't think it would be a big deal. However, given all the controversy with the game, this just adds even more fuel to the fire, and all of the hate for Fallout 76 is just going to continue to grow. And it's a little bit unfortunate because I just want to see Bethesda move on into other compelling projects. They've got Wolfenstein the Youngblood coming out, they've got Doom 2, and I'm sure they've got a lot of other exciting projects in the works, and it just seems like Bethesda as a whole is encapsulated in this Fallout 76 debacle, and I want to see them move on from that. If that means leaving Fallout 76 in the dust, I don't know. It just seems like there's something new with Fallout 76 every day, or every week at the very least, that's irritating gamers, and that's unfortunate. It's time we move on from this. And I'm sure at some point Bethesda will go back to continue creating compelling projects, but Fallout 76 I just don't think is that. However, as far as Fallout 76 is not doing well from a sales standpoint, Todd Howard is saying otherwise. And he talked about it at a Bethesda Game Days event where he claimed Fallout 76 did very, very well. Here's exactly what he said. We have a huge millions of players and a large player base in this game. We are receiving tons of feedback. We aim to build a kind of Fallout platform. We have tons of ideas. It's been a crazy journey so far and we are excited. There's a ton of cool content on the way. It's been an incredible experience. We will do anything we can to reward that this year, next year, and in the coming years. We have big things planned. For us, Fallout 76 is a very, very new thing for our studio. We knew we would have a lot of stumbling blocks in the game and had some of them a lot more difficult than we anticipated. This is a very different and new project for us. We've built up the studios. We're now 4 different studios in North America, in Rockville, Austin, Dallas, and Montreal. And this was a game that demanded so much for the people of these 4 studios to work on the game. We knew that launch was gonna be just the beginning. We're excited that the game did very, very well. So considering you said very, very well, I imagine it sold at least reasonably well, although you also have to question a couple of things. I'm sure people did buy Fallout 76 on the basis that it just had the Fallout name brand attached to it, but if it did really well, why did it hit the bargain bin so quickly after release? Now, sometimes games just naturally hit the bargain bin. You saw that with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that sold very well, but Fallout generally isn't a franchise you attach to that. Battlefield 5 was a game that hit the bargain bin a week after release, and we know that game commercially didn't do all too well. Fallout 76, I don't know what the case is. I don't know if this game is doing really well from a digital front, if that is just some sort of PR statement, but from my vantage point, it didn't seem like the game did as well as Bethesda had hoped for, but maybe I'm wrong about that, and maybe even with the game underperforming a little bit, Todd Howard still considers that to be very, very well in terms of sales. And lastly, I do want to give you guys a heads up that Warhammer Vermintide 2 on the PlayStation 4 is getting a physical edition. It'll be dropping on June 11th, unfortunately at the extremely hefty price of $49.99. This is a game that I believe on PC has been south of $10, and now for a physical copy on the PlayStation 4, we need to pay $50. But the physical edition also does include both previously released downloadable add-ons as well as additional premium content, including tailored missions, character skins, a portrait frame, and the Sigmar Keep statue, so you're getting a lot of extra content. And if you don't know what the game is, it's an epic 4-player co-op first-person action game set in the Warhammer Fantasy Battles world. It's a sequel to the critically acclaimed End Times Vermintide, and the 5 heroes have returned to take on an even greater threat during the End Times, the combined forces of the cowardly Skaven army and the barbaric Chaos faction. Vermintide 2 challenges players like never before by expanding the intense first-person combat with a new enemy faction, 15 new career paths, talent trees, new weapons, an improved loot system, and much more. Again, the physical edition of Vermintide 2 hits the PS4 on June 11th, and that is gonna wrap up this video. Again, the Korean studio in Shift Up has announced a pretty sick action RPG, Project Eve. While we don't know much based on a visual and design standpoint, I think that game is shaping up quite nicely. QUIVR, a PlayStation VR title, will be dropping April 16th. Fallout 76 continues to get its fair share of controversy, however, Todd Howard says the game did very, very well, and Warhammer Vermintide 2 gets a physical copy on June 11th. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.